Time is now with Back to the Rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent Daily Plan from Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Okay, here we go again. Number one, School Us album sales. How are we doing in that department? I do not have the Cash app. I haven't really looked for it. It's going to be a hard week. I'm going to tell you right up front because I have got to I have to pass the insurance license property and casualty test again for what I believe to be the third time. It expired a few times. Someone in my building, State Farm, is going to take me on. So that's coming up. But a lot of this is a review of last week. So anyhow, I don't know what I'll get done this week. That's my main focus. But nothing major to report on that. Is there somebody who's going to pick up an album? No. I do have Paul. No, he's not talking about album. I'll come back to him. All right. So, no, I don't have anything to share with you on that. I don't like sunsets much. If I could walk away. I have decided, maybe I don't know how I sung that when I sung that song. If I sing this, if I could walk away, I need to sing with that kind of almost like there's some chew in my mouth or something. If I could walk away, I'll walk away. I'll walk away right now. If I could walk away, I hope it sounds legit, But I think I told you about the North Carolina fellow. Yeah, I did. So that's fine. I talked to Natalie's voice teacher, who could be my voice teacher. She said, I'm a coach. I get you sing from your stomach. That's what I should do. I should learn that. So I know I will. I think what I want to do is maybe, we'll see when Natalie goes to get a voice lesson. Maybe if I could be in the background, or maybe I could take one too. I don't know if it'd be right. I should probably not do that. So anyway, that's something. But if I do that, I would pay it out of this, and that takes away from other stuff, right? So what should I do there? I think I might have to take my time on that. At least have the song finished. Okay, YouTube channel and Instagram and all that. So YouTube's coming along. Nothing major new there. So yeah, Paul from work keeps talking about I should write a rhyme about this. I should write a rhyme about that. And I think he wants to, maybe he checks out some YouTube. Maybe he's checking it out at some point. That'd be cool. I'm way behind on my problem solving scale. Way behind. I'm gonna have to make a break. I'm gonna have to cram, and I consider I have to do the insurance. I'm at number 80. 80 shares. I think I have in the neighborhood of 70 views, and I am probably about 2 weeks behind, so maybe 14 shares behind. So I probably in reality should be done with that by this week, end of this week, which I don't think is going to happen. Then I'm going to go with my daughter and watch Jesus Revolution. Is this a controversial movie? I don't know what it is. I know it's PG-13, but there wasn't a huge embrace about seeing this movie as a group at church. Oh, and then I got a review from Alan, which I will add to the, I think I'm going to read it. My daughter, so I think by bringing her, and she's seen their other two movies they've done, and they might have done more, but they've done, I Can Only Imagine, American Underdog. She liked them both. So I have no doubt she'll like this. And she can give a testimony or some feedback on the movie, and if it'd be good for their group to see, but then she'd have been seeing it a second time. So Anyway, I don't know what people are trying to do exactly, but I'm for seeing it. I'm for doing a review. I'm for putting Alan's wonderful review out there. It's really excellent because he um, was there. He was on site in 1976. They will check it out. Um, so that's the plan. So, but then I'll need to do my testimony, my intro, a longer intro to the series. What are we even calling Will's latest series? What are we calling that? I have to ask him. I can't quite remember. It's been a little bit of time. In Sunday school today, it did come up about the rapture and stuff. And anyway, so yeah, 666 came up too. And I saw a woman wearing 666 shirt. And my guy Concrete's all about that. He loves that jersey. But according to Will, gosh, that's hard to do. I don't call him Will when I see him regularly, right? So 666 isn't. I might have to double check on what is there zero significance to that? I don't know. So, and I'm having good fellowship with him, and I must say I'm thankful for that. I'm really trying to, and I can get to that in a minute. Mike Dynamic. So Instagram. So the last one did well, relatively speaking. Instead of doing 1020 is 150. So what I think that is I had a tight 2-line rhyme and I had it down. And so I did the same thing today. And what was the rhyme? It was slow your roll as you're beating down the block. Heads, turn, jaws, drop. Real simple. I even have it memorized there. It's going to be in the song I'm doing, but that's what I realized. Like I just need to have it because I can memorize that fast. Doesn't take a lot of time. 2 lines, 1 rhyme. How you like that? And it's succinct. And let's see if I can get this back to at least where I'm getting those 100+ views again. And I got a follower this last week. Got like 6 likes on it. It all happens. It was really interesting. So the way that works is I think it's pretty much within 24 hours. So let me see if I remember this right. I'd say it gained 50 views. So probably by the time I got up in the morning, checked it out, about 50 views. End of the day, another 50 views. Up in the morning again, 50 views, and that was it. It was done. Ran the course. But that's cool. I mean, I could clearly see that has value. If I can get a follower a week that way, I think that's good. I can't just go get a subscriber a week that easily with YouTube. Now, I probably broke a record here. Or I'll say it's a record-breaking month. It's probably better to say I didn't do anything, right? It's a record-breaking month in the sense that 4 new subscribers in the last 28 days. It could have happened before, but if it has, it's been a long time. Thankful for that. So that's where that's at. That's interesting. My man, Mr. Ho Ho Ho, he's my coworker from Wallingford. He's got 43 subscribers. I got 44. He has some views, man. He's doing this stuff in Vietnamese. He's funny. I like that. That's really cool. We're right around the same level there, but he's doing something totally different than me. Rules of engagement. Nothing new that I can think of. Sorry. And then Bellevue Ballers. So that's what I was getting at. So the fellowship, getting my, growing from the inside out, right? Is that the goal? I think it is. We can have nothing, the results don't happen until you develop, and it's just getting things really getting rid of some of the anxieties and whatever it is that caused me to lose, get off track. I'll just put it like that. Trying to strengthen, that's why I've been kind of, I don't know if I've shared it on here, but the peace through strength, if you ever, I think Ronald Reagan probably had something to do with that saying that came around. I think it's around his time. And it had to do with strong military means no one messes with you, right? But in the case of how about peace through strength on a personal level? What is that? So peace through strength. So if you have strong relationships, um, I'll just share this. So I'm involved, and I've been involved in some men's groups. And for men, we have challenges oftentimes. A high percentage do. It's not talked about much, but I think it's pretty well known. But what if the people you're with, hey, we all got to have fellowship. We all got to do what we got to do. For me, I just get more out of, okay, my dad would go to AA, very depressing. And I've been to something like that for people with, I'll just say, sex and love issues, right? Okay, so the mode in there was, I'm Fred and I'm a sex and love. It just depressive, there's no hope. You just feel and I just like, wow. So if there's got to be a light. I know we're struggling. So that's what I'm thinking, man, is it because they themselves, because I talked to a lot of people and they're not, it was illuminated to me. I need to spend time with God. So this is something I'm talking with Will about. We're going to talk again this Sunday. And I'm like, what does that look like? And he's been doing that for years now. It's just not something I've ever incorporated in my life. And I'm just like, what does that look like? And, read the word, meditate, prayer, right? Fellowship with, in church. And that's kind of, you go to church, that part, you just show up and you're taking part. But the others, you got to work it into your life, right? And if it's not something I've done and it feels, because, and Will was saying today, it's like, and it's true, God will say, hey, I didn't know you. Lord, did I know you? And it's easy to think, oh, yeah, I'm at church and I believe and all that. But how much time am I spending with God? And then it becomes, well, I don't even know how much we even talk about that at church. I mean, it's kind of thrown out as a general thing. What does that really look like, And so, again, read the word, meditate, prayer, talk to him, listen. Okay. So that's what I'm starting to realize. And it's hard. People will talk about getting up early in the morning, and I'm no morning person. I dread getting up every single day, and to get up even earlier, it sounds terrible to me. I think I would just have to do it. There's a certain point in my day where it would make a little bit of sense, at least to start the habit. But he's going to talk to me more on Sunday. I look forward to that conversation. So I thought, wow, cool. What would you like to just, almost not like a Bible study, but kind of, if he'd allow me to kind of do it together, what would that look like? Is that okay? Can we fellowship? And I just want to experience what, and he's way further ahead, but it kind of give me some peace about it. So these are building blocks, here. And, but peace through strength, again, if you're with people that are secure and have an outlook of hope, joy, can-do attitude, not fear-based, right? I mean, how many people will tell you they're believers, but they're full of fears and it's not even hidden to the general public, right? And of course, I've got challenges and things, but at least I'm going to stretch myself. I got to stretch myself. I got to put myself out here. So that's it. It's a work in progress, and I'm just going to keep on keeping on. But I feel like I need to raise my game. And so Will it exhorted me to seek out people who have high confidence and are Christians, who are attractive and Christians, not weak, to be able to understand so I can get more strength and go to a higher level, I would say. That's what I'll say. I don't have to say too much about it, but he's really imploring me to just, hey, I have to seek those relationships out, even though they're hard to find. And so I'm doing that. And we'll see. I'm going to have a phone call tomorrow with my man. See how that goes. I'll pray. I think I pray to be well received. I think I'll be well received, but I'm just going to have to see how that goes. Okay. Number 6, music for Back to the Rhymes songs. Nothing new there. Just going to keep on making rhymes. Just what I'm going to do. All right, but here's some good news in the merch department. So, thank you to my very own mom. She's going to pick up one of these. So, Mom's going to get one. Thank you, Mom. And also, because I just showed the picture on my phone, the screenshot of my daughter wearing the pink one. And she's like, yeah. So, I think she'll go with the black one, my mom. And then we have my physical therapist niece, 1 or 2. They're asking if I had a dog. I don't, unless I had a cat that's no longer around. But here's my business card. And I have a shirt, which Natalie's wearing. And you can get one too. And then the one says she wanted black with the pink. So that's good because we have some of those. I have some of those. So that could be 1, 2, 3 shirts up to, I'm doing maybe a barter for my physical therapy. Thankfully for that. So instead, I'd take that money instead of paying for physical therapy. I take that money and put it into my music and get a little help in the area of physical health. That's the latest with that. Trump's going to dump. Nothing new. He will be glorified. Just going to keep on seeing because I'm exploring who can play guitar. Talking about country, I guess one of our Bellevue Baller associates going to see Chris Lane or saw him tonight. My other friend, Tracy, hadn't heard of him, but I think he did that song, Craving Me, but I don't want to be wrong about that. I got to find out. There's some different names. There's a lot of these names that are kind of hard to remember. They're all short English, 1-syllable something. Chris Lane, right? Okay, but I knew he's a country singer. But yeah, it's like, man, who's gonna play? My friend from the men's meeting, I see a guitar in his house, but I don't think he really plays. Anyway, we'll just keep on working on it. But so on the kind of political, I haven't done a ton in the work area of politics, but a little bit. I was watching Bill Maher, and they had Russell Brand on, and Bernie Sanders, and John Heidelman. He used to have that deal with the other guy. Seemed all right, but it's interesting. So, in theory, you have these guys will all probably be socially liberal. I think that's fair to say. I guess Heidelman is an establishment guy. Russell Brand is actually, he might be kind of independent. I just don't know what I heard in a little bit there. He's clearly leery about the wars in the military-industrial complex that he named, which that's a good thing. He talked about Julian Assange and Edward Snowden. Okay. Whistleblowers. Okay. Good. Thinking for himself. But then who knows about the whole thing? We're not going to agree on everything, but he's challenging some things. Bill Maher's always got some things that are definitely outside the orthodoxy of the Democrat Party. And Bernie Sanders is supposedly a rebel, supposed to be a guy who's going to go against the grain until when push comes to shove, he's going to sit down, shut up, and let Hillary or Joe Biden or whatever tell him what to do. Because that's my observation. Because that's the way it is. One thing he said in that little clip I watched, and they were talking about other stuff, some clip I saw, but they had, the kind of roundtable thing. He said, Bernie, that is, said, because Bill Maher was asking about the daylight savings time. This is an interesting one. And Bernie says, I have a very narrow focus, and that's not in that. It's, this, I don't really care. And I'm just thinking, well, I'm sure you don't care because you probably wake up when you want, go sleep when you want. Why do you care? But I was explaining this to my daughter. It's like, yeah, but that's not how this works. It's not about your narrow focus. You're a servant of the people. And the people say, we don't want the stupid daylight savings time. What are you going to do about it? And I'm not just talking about him. This is crazy, though. I don't know what percentage of people want this thing. I think it's probably close to zero. And the fact that it's still around is inconceivable. It should be no harder than getting anything passed. If you can't pass that, you can't pass anything. Now, of course, some states don't have it. And I think if you really want to get rid of it, maybe we can get rid of it at the state level. It might be a fun experiment too, because it's not too heavy of a political thing, right? If you just want to test how the system works, what would it take, at the state level to get rid of, like in Washington State, let's say, to get rid of daylight? I mean, we can talk about nationally. Well, don't worry about that. Just go to Olympia, right? And then you get a petition going and get the signatures and see what happens. And let's at least get a vote on it. Who's going to support this nonsense? So that's a good one. It's really a good one. Nobody gets, we heard it, Bill Maher's talking 100 years ago is why they started it. Right. How many other things are just past the expiration date that no one's bothered to go back and say, okay, that's stupid. So anyway, yeah, that's good enough. Anyhow, I'm going to get back to the rhymes. Now, I got another song. I hope I can remember it. I'm not going to get to it today. Oh, man, I don't know if I'll get that song right. I came up with it while I was cleaning, which is not unusual. I do clean a lot at church today. So let me do what I got, give you what I got so far, and then go from there. I was there for the golden age, where Eric B. took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. I wonder if I should do it twice. I was there for the golden age, where Eric B. took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. Had to bring it because comp was hot. If you didn't, then you soon forgot. Going for yours was giving what you got. Not so much about who got shot. Electric, it captured my attention. And once I caught the bug, there'd never be a question. That shoot, I was in hot pursuit of that fix only dope flow could fix. Slow your roll because you're beating down the block. Heads turn, jaws drop. Ride is tight and so is Ron's. They is bobbing all the time. Ride is tight as so is Ron's. I guess I gotta say heads is bobbing all the time. The heads is bobbing. I think that's what I said. The heads is bobbing all the time. I hope I could read that. What's that? I was thinking about the song, The Formula, today. I probably have to listen to it soon. One thing that's such a shame, and I talk about in That's Filthy, is that the kid lost his golden voice. And Will was pointing out how just crazy bad some of the lyrics are. And you talk about gangster rapper Snoop Dogg, but you got to remember DOC was with them. He's from Texas, actually, Houston, but he was being produced by Dr. Dre. And you listen to Ice Cube, MC Ren, Easy E. There's a song, The Grand Finale, and then on comes the DLC, and hardly a foul word comes out of his mouth, and it's just interesting. I should almost research it because the West Coast is known for that. It's not the dirty South; it was the dirty West. Before there was a dirty South, there was a dirty West. But that guy wasn't. But he's from the South too, right? So, man, but that formula. I was just thinking about it in terms of business. I'm shocked because I got a goal to reach some people who are in need of mentorship. And I have the hardest time connecting the dots for these people. And it's like, well, if they don't need the mentorship, why are we sending them gifts? Why are we going out and building their houses? They don't need mentorship? Really? Really? Or they just want our gifts and our labor. Anyway, I don't know why this is so hard. I'm going to keep working on it. I just got to talk to the right person. Very frustrating. It's fine. I'm big picture. Maybe most people aren't. All right. So how am I doing with this? I would be different. I'm going to do the hook twice. Then I'm going to do what would seem to be like the beginning of the first verse. Maybe I could. How would I do it? I have to put in. Okay, I'm going to do the first 4 lines in the same style as the hook. Then I'm going to go into the next part and then do it with a different flow. Okay, and I'm going to come back to the hook. All right, so let's do this again because I did finish. If I were to say 8, I can see it. 4 lines. 4 lines. 4, 4. I'm going to have to write the numbers out. Let's see how that looks. Okay, let's go. I was there for the golden age where B took center stage. Rock can't put pen to page. Man, those were the days. I was there for the golden age where B took center stage. Rock can't put pen to page. Man, those were the days. Had to bring it because comp was hot. If you didn't, you were soon forgot. Going for yours was giving what you got, not so much about who got shot. Electric, it captured my attention. Once I caught the bug, there'd never be a question. That shoot, I was in hot pursuit of the fix only dope flow could fix. Slow you roll because you're beating down the block. Heads turn, jaws drop. Ride is tight and so is rhymes. The heads is bobbing all the time. I was there for the golden age, where B took center stage. Rock can't put pen to page. Man, those were the days. I was there for the golden age, where B took center stage. Rock can't put pen to page. Man, those were the days. And now, I need a paper. I better get 2 lines in, so I have at least my 2 lines for my Insta. Come on, bro. Come on. Okay. It's on one page. All right. So under the gun. All right. So verse 2. I'm just gonna say V2. The days are old, but those were the days are old, but not forgot. But not forgot. Taking it back. Taking it back sure heals a lot. Show heals a lot. Oh, I barely got that in, man. Next time, back to the rhymes.